Welcome to episode 109 of the Oklahoma City Real Estate Show. On today's show, we're going to be talking about the monthly recap for November. It's now December 2nd, and InfoSparks has now processed all the sales across central Oklahoma in the MLS system. We're going to go over that right now in the charts so we can take a look here. Median sales price. Now let's break this down. If you haven't seen one of my shows before on the market report, each color represents a different city. So Oklahoma City shown in the black, Yukon shown in the red, Moore shown in the green, and Edmond shown in the purple. And if you're listening to this on the audio podcast, no problem. I'm going to call out the numbers so you can understand this relatively quickly to kind of figure out where you are. If you're on the market or thinking about going on the market, this will give you some insight that maybe your agent doesn't know about. We certainly like to help clear the foggy waters. It is definitely foggy at times. All right, the median sales price is stabilizing through October into November. November stabilized in almost every market, with more coming out, I believe, kind of an interesting metric we've seen there with supply and just overall price per square foot's really looking good for more there. But everybody's relatively stable, little drops here and there, but overall we're looking pretty stable. And that's really what Zillow has forecasted. They released their annual report or their forecast for 2023, and they're saying kind of the same thing. We're looking at price stability, and price stability has always been the name game in Oklahoma City, in central Oklahoma. It is a linear, low-cap market, which means things generally stay the same, really pacing with normal inflation at 3.5%. As we look at the new listings are down, but this is cyclical for November as we go into the winter months. A lot of people that don't need to move are not going to move simply because the holidays are here and it's cold. Who wants to pack a box and carry stuff and do all kinds of things when it's 30 degrees outside like it's been here the last couple days and last really week and a half? Now let's look at the month supply of inventory, the total month supply. This is not just new listings coming on. This is how long would it take for all listings to sell? We're looking at Oklahoma City is at 1.7. That's stable from the last month. Yukon's at 2.2, which is going up. It's actually keeping the trajectory. If you see, it was at 2 and now it's at 2.2. So that's definitely something to be looking at as longer inventory staying. And we're going to look at days on market and a number of showings will show us a little bit more. That's coming up next. Edmond rising again at 2 months of inventory. We were at 1.9 in the end of October. The end of November, we're now at 1 or at 2. So that shows you just overall direction of the total market. Now, if I back out and I look at the max here, we can see the kind of the cyclical behavior of winter versus summer, which summer here being April, really April is that big push until the end of, when school starts. A lot of families do the shuffle during that summer vacation. All right, so going back to our 1 year, I'm going to look at days on market. Days on market kind of is splattered. October ended with Oklahoma City at 23 days on market, and this is the average. Oklahoma City now is 22, so it's down a little bit days on market. And I really attribute that to just agents and sellers both working together to price correctly now. We're all kind of learning the new interest rates. Interest rates have stabilized, relatively the last 30 days. So we're able to kind of price better and kind of get an idea of how long, what the market's going to be able to pay. Edmond skyrocketing from October, 22 days on market. We're now 29 days on market ending November. So if you felt like your home has been sitting on the market and you felt like, man, I'm just the only one. No, you're not. And 30 days on market in that particular market is actually pretty normal over the long haul. Like if we look at the max time, we were at 65 days this time. I mean, so relative to what normal market conditions are, and when I mean normal, I mean just if we look at the last 15 years span, We're well above 30 days for Edmond. Now, Yukon's going up as well. Yukon ended October in 20 days on market. We're now at 23 days on market. More 20 days on market, but guess what? We're now down to 16 days on market. Moore's seen kind of a revitalization in the 230,000 price average, where a lot of folks are deciding to buy there. And it could be, there's a couple of different theories out there, but I think a lot of the over the years we had the concern about not hurricane, it was like a hurricane, the tornado that, decimated a huge portion there near downtown Moore. I think that whole fear has kind of subsided now that we've kind of gotten a long time past that now. And so I think Moore is really resurging. We love the aquatic park there. They have done a fantastic job in the public service sector for things to do in terms of the park, things for the younger kids. I enjoy the lazy river just as much as the kids do at that Moore aquatic center. So now to finish it off, let's look at what is it? Yukon we've got left. Yukon 20 days on market. Now they're 23 days on market. Shows per listing. This is something that you really can't find anywhere else other than with a realtor, or if you've got some kind of connections inside Zillow or Redfin, you'll be able to get this. The amount of shows per listing for Oklahoma City ending October was 4.9 shows total per listing. And then we're now at 4.6. Yukon ending October was at 4.3. We're now at 3.6 shows per listing. Moore was at 6.8. We're now at 6.6. Edmond was at 4.7. We are now at 4.4. So all together, showing traffic is reducing. However, if we look at the shows to pending, these are properly priced properties that are selling. Once they list, they're going from active to pending. We were at 8 across the board in October. Now we see a divergence. Yukon, or Oklahoma City, we're now at 9 showings. So if you're getting a lot of showings, you're headed to the right direction towards pending. Getting from that 4 showings per listing. If you start to exceed the 4 showings, you're getting that 5, 6, 7 showings. You know you're priced correctly. It's only a matter of time. Oklahoma City, the trigger's being pulled at 9 showings for Oklahoma City. Yukon at 6.5 showings. Moore at 11. Like I said, that traffic is really centered on Moore. Getting ready for that holiday season, buying a home in Moore sounds like a good idea. Edmond, 10.5 showings. So if you're getting, like we were before that, 4 showings, if you're getting above 5, 6, 7, 8, as you approach towards 10, you should be expecting an offer, if not multiple offers around that price point. Other than that, not really any other things to talk about. Percent of list price is still at 100. So if you're priced correctly, you should sell at or near that. Now, that does not take into consideration concessions, which we are seeing a comeback, which means if you're asking for closing costs or asking for repairs, that closing concession is growing. It's more common now, which helps you out quite a bit, especially if you're pushing against a hard closing amount. You've got to bring a bunch of cash to closing. You're kind of dwindling your checking account. The last thing you want is a big repair after moving in. So getting those closing costs, that $3,500 or $10,000 in some cases, cash back from the seller at closing can help buffer that savings account to give you the confidence to move in that home. As always, we are here at Team OKC Real to help you find a home. We don't just rush through these homes. We help you find a quality home. If you want to know more information about the housing market, great articles that Cracil's helping to put together, you can visit okcrealestateshow.com. To get a hold of us, there's an About Us section on there, or you can visit okcreal.com for our team page. You can look at our latest listings for sale. If you don't see something you like on there, there's a good chance that it might be off market. And what we mean by off market is we just have a network of buyers and sellers we have over the years that maybe aren't ready to sell yet, but if we give them a good offer or we tell them we've got somebody interested, they just might sell it to you. So don't hesitate to reach out. If you've got anything, you can also email me as well. That contact information will be in the description below. Thanks for watching this episode. And the next one we're going to post, which is actually episode 108, we were at the Clydesdale Express. Man, I had a great time recording that with Matt from Hometown Painting. We were able to talk about staining in front of the beautiful Clydesdale horses there in the beautiful barn. So definitely find that video. That's going to be Staining 101. Look for that coming out next week. Thanks for watching the show.
For more information and to listen or watch online, visit OKCRealEstateShow.com.